Hello everyone, my name is Sahil Bhatia and I am MTech CSE student from IIT Jodhpur. In this video, I will be showing how to migrate virtual machines from one cluster to another cluster. So I have created three virtual machines and I have placed them inside a cluster. These three virtual machines are work node, node 1 and node 2, and I have configured them in such a way that work node can access node 1 and node 2 remotely using SSH server. So I have started these three virtual machines and I have started node 1 and node 2 in headless mode so that there will be no window created for these two, and I will create a window only for work node so that I may not burden my computer resources. So here you can see I have started this virtual machine. Let me clear it all. So inside this virtual machine, I will show you how I have created. Let me clear it all and then I will start from scratch. So currently I'm in, as you can see, I'm in work machine. So now I will firstly access enter as sudo user. So now let me show you how I have configured the IP addresses. So let me show you. So here I have entered the IP addresses and corresponding host names. So this is the host name for this current work machine, and this is the IP address for the node 1. This is the IP address for node 2. So I have assigned static IP addresses to all these machines so that every time I start these virtual machines, their IP address will not change. So currently, as you can see, I am inside work machine, and now I will try to see whether there is a connection between these machines or not. So I will try to ping. Suppose I want to ping node 1 from here. So I will ping using either I can use host name or I can use the IP address. Host name is easy to remember, so I am using pinging using the host name. So as you can see, 64 bytes of packets are being sent from between these devices. So connection is very clearly established between these two. Let's check for whether connection is working with node 2 as well or not. So again, you can see 64 bytes of packets being sent. So connection is clearly established between these two as well. So now let me try to access, enter the node 1 machine from work machine. I have used SSH server for this, and using public key encryption, I have established the communication. So let me and try to enter the node 1 machine from this machine. So for this, I will do SSH. So currently it is saying permission denied. Wait, let me try again. So let me come out. Wait a second. Let me try again. This might happen sometimes. So yeah, the connection is established now, and you can see I am inside node 1. So I can remotely access the node 1 machine. As you can see on top here also, I am in node 1 machine now. And so let me get out of this. So I'm currently again, as you can see, connection closed, and I'm currently again in work machine. So let me do try to access the node 2 as well. So again, yeah, you can see I'm inside node 2 now, and yeah, I'm inside node 2 now. So I will exit from here, and the connection closed. So don't go by the spelling. I have just misspelled node 1 with npde2. So node 2 with npde2. Now So this way I have created all this cluster, and initially cluster B will be empty. Now I will try to migrate these virtual machines to cluster B. So let me close this virtual machine first of all, and let me close other these two machines as well. Let me firstly I have to open them because they are in headless mode, so I have to close them by starting them firstly. Similarly this one. So this is node 1. This is actually a Ubuntu server, so this is a command line interface. And now I will just power it off. Yeah, so node 1 is getting closed now. And similarly, I will try to close node 2 as well. So yeah, now node 2 has been closed as well. So now I will try to migrate these three to another cluster. So as you can see, I have already migrated work node 1 and node 2, node 1 already here. Now I will migrate because it takes quite a long time. So to demonstrate, I will migrate node 2 in front of you. So what I will do is I will export it firstly, and I will select the open virtualization format 0.9, and I will select the location in which I will try to export it to. I will export the it in an OVA extension, and as you can see here, the OVA extension, the files will be combined into one format archive. So I will select the location in which I want to copy it. So I will put it in local disk D and in this virtual machine folder and exports. So as you can see already node 1 and work node have been exported into this folder, and these are the virtual disk images for these. Now node 2 is being exported. I will not change the settings because I need network adapters for these machines again. So yeah, and these are the properties of this machine. So now the export is being taking place. So since export takes quite a bit time, I will pause this video, and when the exporting finishes, I will restart the video. So the export has finished, and you can check in this folder that for this node 2, this file has been created here as well. So now what I will do is to place this node 2 machine inside a new cluster. I will import from this import appliance, and I will import this disk image from the location where I exported it, and it is in this folder sports and node 2. So from here I will select this, and I will not change any specifications from here because I want these to be of the same specification. So and I will change the base folder to the location wherever I want to change the I want to store the all these data of this virtual machine. So I will put it in this folder and finish. Now this virtual machine is being imported into this VirtualBox. So essentially what I'm doing is that I have migrated virtual machines from one cluster to another cluster. Now earlier in this new cluster there were no virtual machines. Now I have already migrated work node and node 1, and now I'm migrating node 2. So what will happen is that since I am migrating them and these settings are already preserved, they are already connected with each other in a cluster. So I do not need to do any special configurations here, and I these still are connected with each other. So they themselves forms a cluster. So let's wait for some time to this import to finish. So yeah, this has been imported again. So as you can see, I have migrated these three virtual machines, and now they have themselves from a cluster again. So let's verify whether they are actually in a cluster or not, and whether they are connected. So like before, I will start this node 1 and 2 in headless mode, so that no window gets created for them and they will run in background. Similarly for node 2, and for this work node I will start it as usual, normal start. So, and I will try to see whether actually they have established a connection and actually they are in cluster or not. So let's wait for these virtual machines to start. So it will take some time. So the virtual machine will take some time to start because it's running on a low end PC, so it will take some time. So these are just the starting procedure of this virtual machine. So yeah, finally this virtual machine has started, and I hope the node 1 and node 2 would have already started. So let me go inside the terminal and log in as sudo user. And now again, let's since I have exported and imported the virtual machine and its properties are preserved, so I will uh, need not worry about these IP addresses because they are same anyway. So let's check the host names. So as you can see, the host IP addresses are preserved, and again the names, host names are also preserved. So now let's try to ping the node 1, and you can see it's working. And you can make sure it's not connecting to the previous nodes, because you can see here only these three nodes are running, and the previous ones in the previous clusters are powered off, so they are anyways not going to be connected. So yeah, you can be sure that only the virtual machines in the new cluster are connecting to each other. So as you can see, I have connected node 1 here, and similarly I can test for node 2. So yeah, it's again running. So now let's enter inside the node 1 machine using SSH. Sorry. So yeah, now I'm inside the machine node 1 machine, so I can remotely access the node machine, and similarly I can check for node 2 machine as well. Yeah, and now I'm inside the machine node 2 machine here. So in this way I can remotely access these virtual machines, and I have successfully migrated the virtual machines from cluster A to cluster B. And this was all about this assignment and this demo. Thank you.